All right, let's talk about Binance. What is Binance? I know you guys are probably wondering. Some of you might be wondering, what the hell is Binance? And why are we talking about Binance? Well, don't forget, today is Wealth Building Wednesdays. So we talk about money on Wealth Building Wednesdays. It just makes sense, right? So what is Binance? Before Binance, first of all, okay, let me read the headline first of all. Binance drops Nigeria currency services amid legal battles, right? But what is Binance? Let me see if I can give you guys a decent definition here. Binance is an online cryptocurrency exchange that allows users to trade, pay commissions, and store electronic funds. Okay, electronic funds, digital money, digital currency. Binance was founded in 2017 by Changpeng Zhao, a developer who previously created high frequency trading software. Okay, so but Nigeria is accusing them of manipulating the Nigeria currency. Nigeria has been going through the crisis with the currency dropping by God knows how much in the last. But let me just read this report to you. There's a report here on CNBC. Okay, and here's what it says. Binance on Tuesday announced that it will continue all Nigerian NAIRA services. Oh, sorry, I take that back. That it will discontinue all Nigerian NAIRA services amid ongoing legal disputes between the US cryptocurrency firm remains and Africa's most populous country. In an update posted on its website, Binance said that starting this Friday, any remaining NAIRA balances in users' accounts will be automatically converted to Tether. Tether, a cryptocurrency stablecoin pegged to the US dollar. Okay, they will convert it to Tether, not cash, but equivalent in cryptocurrency land or landscapes. The company will not support any deposit of NAIRA after 2 p.m. UTC on Tuesday. That was today, yesterday, and will no longer support withdrawals of the currency after 6 a.m. UTC on Friday, the announcement said. Nigeria is also one of the world's biggest crypto markets, but the Nigerian government has demanded almost $10 billion in compensation from Binance. Now, I can explain pretty much anything, okay? But one thing I'm still struggling to explain understand. Let me say understand. I can understand anything. And one thing I'm trying to understand is that how do Nigeria, being on the top of the list as in terms of world poverty capital, how are people able to have so much money in cryptocurrency and be anyway? You're gonna hear that Nigeria is one of the highest trading, cryptocurrency country in the world. You're going to see that in a second. Okay, right there. They said Nigeria is also one of the world's biggest crypto markets, but the Nigerian government has demanded almost $10 billion in compensation from Binance, which it accuses of manipulating foreign exchange rates via currency speculation and rate fixing. Okay, and they arrested two of the firm's senior executives last week, according to multiple media reports. So what I heard was that Nigeria invited them to Nigeria so they can talk this over, and then they got arrested in Nigeria. So I'm not sure, they probably released them all so far, but they haven't made any statement except now making the announcement that they will stop trading NAIRA. I didn't even know that was happening on Binance. But the Nigerian NAIRA has lost almost 70% of its value over the past few months. Now, here is my take. The reason why I'm bringing this up is obviously it's trendy, but maybe you and I can learn one or two things from this. Nigeria is suffering from the same thing that most people suffer from when it comes to relationship. Not knowing what value is, or the source of value is, or assigning value to things that have no intrinsic value. That's what Nigerians are suffering from. Okay. There's sentimental value in life. There's greed, there's fear, and those things carry certain amount of value. But ultimately, there's something called intrinsic value, that when everything stabilizes out, your true value is yourself. That's when you hear me say things like, hey, you attract who you are. Okay, we can't say that just off of momentary events, but over a period of time, If you keep attracting the same result, you have to look at self and say, self, something is wrong with that value. All right. The same thing at a national level, the same thing at nation building, nation restructure, nation policies level. You can obviously manipulate policies for short-term gains or short-term correction, but all the ultimate correction happens and will always yield to your value in the marketplace. That's what I mean when I say you attract who you are. The Nigerian naira has lost almost 70% of its value over the past few months. Why? Because it was a correction. Nigerians, all right, import everything, including toothpicks. Okay, yes. The Nigerian naira has lost. Keep that in mind. This is on the world market level, right? We get it. There's some IMF situation. There's some money manipulation in policies and stuff for short term. But over a period of time, if you notice that your currency is losing value over and over and over on a, like, starting from the, like my father said, in the 70s, naira was 69 kobo. Just think about that. So this has been a consistent situation. Yeah, I see the attempt to blame it on Tinubu. Tinubu can carry the blame. He's the president. He deserves all the blame. But in the grand scheme of things, let's look closer. Okay, somebody's gonna be like, "Wow, so you're gonna exonerate me?" You didn't listen. Let me say it again. Our ears will not be blocked though. Okay, you can blame Tinubu because it's the president. That's fine. That's what he bargained for. But in the grand scheme of things, let's look closer. Let's look closer. Why is it that this has been happening long before Tinubu? Okay. So, anyway, let me see here. So that's what's going on with the Nigerian currency. Hold on. Let me see if I get rid of this. Jesus, why are you making that noise? All right, cool. All right, so there's another, there's a quick catch-up report. Nigeria battles to halt spiraling currency crisis and rising food insecurity. Nigeria is battling to contain a historic currency crisis and soaring inflation, with the International Monetary Fund on Monday warning that almost 1 in 10 people are facing food insecurity. Inflation hit an annual 29.9% in January, driven by soaring food prices that have triggered a cost of living crisis in Africa's largest economy, right? Largest economy strictly based off of population, right? Which simply means the Nigerian nation don't know what to do with this, probably his biggest resource, which is human resources, right? Instead, they're stuck on oil money, right? The naira currency, meanwhile, plunged to an all-time low of around 1,600 against the US dollar in the late February. Okay, let me see what it is right now. I'm going to go to Aboki FX. I'm going to check the real time as we're here right now. Let's see what naira is doing in this moment. Okay, so in this moment, naira is trading at 1,610 to 1,620. Buy 1,610, sell 1,620. Okay. President Bola Tinubu's government came to power in May 2023, inheriting a highly precarious economic situation characterized by anemic growth, rising inflation, low revenue collection, and import-export imbalance that had accumulated over many years. His administration promptly launched a raft of economy reforms aimed at liberalizing the economy, such as the removal of fuel subsidies, which was done irresponsibly. It's not about the removal, it's how it was done. And the relaxation of currency controls. Though welcomed by foreign investors, the short-term impact has been an uncorking of the various macroeconomic issues that had been artificially contained by the interventionist policies. All right. So again, they're talking about the short-term policies here. They're talking about, but the reality is that there are some certain short-term policy moves that they can make. Yes, even including around fixing rates and stabilizing them, staging them, target, whatever they have to do. But anything that is manipulative in nature will only work, if it works at all, it will work short term. It's the same thing across the board. Okay, it's the same thing across the board. Anything manipulative in nature will only work short term across the board. All right, so just want the same thing in relationship, the same thing you probably have learned in relationship. If you have any kind of manipulative tactics going on, sure, even seductive moves and things like that, but at some point you better have some kind of intrinsic value that you're building, so that you don't overwork yourself. When people say, if you are the only one, you need two people, the reality is that it's not 100% of the time, it's never going to be two people at the same time. Overall, if you're measuring over a period of time, yes, it can be two people. All right, but sometimes there's crisis, and you're what's the word? You're charged with the responsibility of carrying the weight of your partner in a short term. That's okay. That's perfectly fine to do that. But in the long run, you ultimately want to build a long run value because of sustainability over time. And unfortunately, the Nigerian state has failed to do that as of this moment, which is why you see the currency crashing, and you see now they're pointing fingers at Binance. As Binance being responsible for societal manipulation, probably more so around there's an opportunity for people who know how to use manipulation to make short-term money. But that's not true. It doesn't make any sense that Binance, which was founded in 2017, is responsible for the NAIRA coming from the 70s in the last 40 years, from 69 kobo to 1,620 naira. All right, I'm going to let you do the math of that kind of devaluation rate. You do the math and you tell me what you think. Just that, in fact, that's my question for you right now. All right, how much drop do you think that is in about 40 years? Put the percentage in the comment area. Let me know what you think about this. All right, there are some short-term policies. I'm not an expert in that, but I am beyond the shadow of any doubt that the Nigerian nation, the Nigerian people themselves, the culture of short-term games, how am I going to eat today, has been perpetuated out of control. I better pass my navel type of mindset, okay? And it's the same tool that the politicians are using to enslave them. All right, and it's going to take a lot more than detaining Binance executives in Nigeria to bring it back. It's going to take a lot more than $10 billion. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are. I'll be back in 20 seconds. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.